Hi everyone, this is Dave Yankoviak from Lift Development, and wanted to do a little screencast for you today just to show you a little trick you can use to find good keywords for your blog posts. And this is going to come into play with how you title your blog post, the tags that you give your post, the words that you use throughout the actual content of your post. And I don't even remember where I first learned this, but a lot of people do this. But what you can use is the Google AdWords has like a keyword research tool. And I'd give you the URL for it right now, but it's kind of a goofy URL. But if you just Google keyword tool, it'll bring you to this page. I'll also post a link in the actual post for this video. But what I use this for, if I'm going to do a blog post, say I'm going to do a blog post on responsive web design or any sort of topic, I'll usually come here first and put in the keyword and just kind of see how much competition there is for that keyword, and you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. But it helps me to kind of refine the keywords that I'm using for the article in case there are some long-term or long-tail keywords out there that are getting a good amount of searches, but there's not as much competition for those. So I'll show up higher in those results on Google and Bing or whatever search engine you use. But I'll show you how to use it quick. So if I was going to be doing, and I'll use this the title or subject of this video, I guess, would be finding keywords for your blog posts. So you just go into this top box, type it in, just hit search, and they have some different filters and stuff. I usually just keep it to United States. And it's going to do a calculation, and you'll see it shows mine, and there aren't really enough global monthly searches for, I had a pretty specific phrase here. There are no results for what I said. But if you go down here, it gives you some keyword ideas, and by default, it orders everything just kind of random. I think it does by like the total searches or something like that. But what you're going to look for is this competition field. You want to look for low competition because that means you're competing with less posts and pages out there. So you've got things like blog niche. That doesn't really fit what I'm looking for. How to write keywords. That might play into what I want. You'll see it gets 1,300 searches a month. I usually try to look for something that's as high as I can get. You get something like this: how to blog. There's 151 million searches for that every month, and even though the competition is low, that means the competition is relatively low. So you're still competing probably with a lot of sites for that. But looking at this, here's one I might use: how to use keywords. So I might use a title like "how to use keywords" for your blog post titles, and sprinkle that phrase out throughout the post. You can star these, you'll see. There's a few here. Content keywords for blog. That might be a good one. It's got 6,600 searches a month. Each of these, I could probably write a title that incorporates both of these phrases and sprinkle it out, in the post itself. But the main thing is, if I would have just written a blog post that says finding keywords for your blog posts, I'm not going to get many results from Google searches just from that based on these results. But if I work in these keywords into the title and content, I'm going to start getting some ideas. The other thing you can do is add multiple phrases to this. So I could say SEO for your blog, because we're talking about SEO when we're doing this. So what it's going to do is it's going to add that search on, and there you go. SEO for your blog gets 2,400 monthly searches with low competition. So maybe I could work that into my title for this post. And if I look down here, you've got some your blog content. If I work that in, that might be something people are searching for. That the main thing is you want to find keywords that it's one thing to get traffic, but you want relevant traffic. You don't just want to have keywords and different phrases in your blog just to get traffic. You want to make sure that when people land on your page or land on your post that what you're writing is relevant to them. And you know, for me to write about blog posting, I do WordPress, I work with blogs and websites. It's relevant for me to want to find people who are looking for information on that, just because they might be running a WordPress site. They might need my help to create a new version or do some upgrades on their site. So it is relevant for me to do that. But no, just it's a good tool. It's the Google keyword tool. I'll post a link. Like I said, it's kind of a weird URL, but just one way that, and I have seen results from this just whenever I do a blog post, making sure that I'm using the right keywords. So give the Google keyword tool a test and see how it works for you. Thanks for tuning in.